not sure if you can hear that outside. And the storm has just come down through the valley. I'm going to show you now. 2 seconds. Looking a bit bleak out there, but it's just me and Elvis in here at the minute. And Elvis came from the house. He was one of the items that my wife was kind of getting rid of, and I said, do you know where I'll put him? I'll put him in the shed. So the plan for today was to come up the allotment on the plot and attempt to try and get a kind of plan together for building a larger chicken coop. So the chicken coop that I had, my wife bought for me, and it was second hand, and it was, you know, a little bit smaller than what I'm looking at building now. However, in the last 6 months that it's been up, it started to fail. Water starting to get in at certain points, and I feel that it's not quite big enough as an actual coop for the chickens to, you know, to sleep in, and I'm intending on building them something slightly bigger with the actual leftovers of the shed from the plot that was next door. So Alex had the plot next door. He kind of vacated the plot. He didn't want to do it anymore for whatever reasons, and so with that, then he'd left kind of, it was a full shed, but it was cut into 2 halves, if that makes sense. So I've got 2 halves of a half of a shed to put together to try and make one, or to make a different size coop, and then look at changing that then and add in a kind of storage space then for the feed, etc., and the bedding for the chickens. At the moment, the chicken feed, etc., is put in the greenhouse. The greenhouse then is ram full, and which is down the other end of the plot. I don't mind, you know, going and getting the feed from the top to the bottom, but it just makes things a little bit easier and a bit quicker to do, you know, chicken changes, chicken feed change, etc., and to basically, you know, free up a bit more time then for the rest of the plot itself. The water here at the moment is just running down the hill. The plot itself is on a slope, and that doesn't help, but then it just runs all the way down. Suppose kind of lucky with that, it runs into the gentleman's plot below, and he has a duck pond there, and the ducks absolutely love that. It's not quite stopped raining, but the chickens are venturing back out. They're coming to have a little bit of a nose. They've run away in the rain to hide, obviously. I don't know if you can see them there. No, I'll zoom in a second. They're the silky chickens. There's 7 of them, and then there's 2 chicks. As you can see up in the background, but there and here, these are the kind of halves of the shed, which I'm looking at putting there and exchanging, building a better coop to go on the run itself. So this is the coop that I'm looking at kind of building, as I said, building a bigger and better one. It's not going to be massively bigger, but it'll just be a little bit more room for the chickens themselves, and you know, more watertight and less kind of wind there. Sorry, I'm just squelching through all that mud at the bottom of my feet there. So it's going to hopefully be kind of that width, and then with the panels then you'll have a pent roof instead of the current kind of roof that's there at the moment, which doesn't really fit, but it was the coop that my wife bought me. My attempt to kind of make everything fit together to get the chickens here and allow us to have chickens. So these are some of the now really wet and muddy silkies. So we've got Priscilla at the back, we've got Penny, we've got Pamela and Pearl, and they're not looking very glamorous at the moment. So there you can see the two chicks in the background, up there and there. So they were the two chicks that we had. We hatched ourselves from eggs from Paul on the plot below us. I'm trying to work out how old they are now. They've got to be 6 or 7 weeks old, maybe a little bit older, and they're nearly bigger than the silky bantams themselves. And here's the other half of Salt and Pepper, or Pipper and Pepper, our little boy named them. So she's a silky splash chicken.